Welcome to tonight's CNN News. Tonight we have
breaking news!
Lewis and Clark have returned from their 3-year expedition. They have the Corps of Discovery have faced many hardships, trudging through waters and facing sickness and danger. We have some clips that we'd like to share with you of their journey.
Lewis, I think we're almost there.
Oh, man! Oh, sick! I can add this to my map. Wow.
Oh, that's a nice drawing there.
Oh, there's a life form. Okay, we just saw a wild life form. It was small. It just like bounced like a frog almost. All right, I think we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna call it a rabbit. Oh, look at this.
It's a raccoon! Lewis!
It's attacking me!
It's wet.
Wow, look at all those sacrifices they made on their journey. Oh, as a matter of fact, we have interviews with Lewis and Clark with our field correspondent, Josie Connor.
I'm here with Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. Tell us, how did you two get appointed to lead this enduring trip?
Well, me and Meriwether Lewis, I got appointed because I was in the Army with Jefferson as his private secretary, and he just asked me if I wanted to do it, and I thought it would be a great idea to search new lands and new undiscovered lands of the Louisiana Purchase, and then I appointed my pal over here, Clark, to be my co-commander on this journey. Well, me and William Clark, Lewis jumped on the idea of going on this journey through the Louisiana Purchase, so he appointed me to be his co-commander, and I thought it would be a great way to see new undiscovered lands.
What were your roles on this journey?
Well, I recorded all my nature findings and did most of the astronomy work, like the North Star and Orion's Belt, and I brought some of my nature findings in, if it's okay if I can share them, right?
Please do.
Oh, okay, here we go. Well, we got this duck, got that nice taxidermied right there. That one was pretty nice. It was a good shot with my trusty rifle.
I bet.
This raccoon, had to wrestle him down and turn him to a hat, so now he can keep me warm.
Wow, I can't imagine what you had to go through.
Yeah. And then these are some nice pheasant feathers. You can see all the different colors in them. They're pretty cool. And
Bunch
then,
of different kinds.
yeah, and then these are some turkey feathers. Shot that one too with my trusty rifle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what were your roles, William?
Well, I drew very detailed maps, and I got to name most of the creeks and streams throughout the Louisiana Purchase and later known Oregon Territory. Here's one of my very detailed maps.
That concludes our interviews with Lewis and Clark. Back to you in the studio, Madeline.
Thanks, Josie. Their 8,000-mile trip could not have been taken on by just the two novice travelers on their own. Sacagawea, belonging to the Mandan tribe, was a helpful asset to Lewis and Clark on their expedition. Josie will be interviewing Sacagawea for us, and also later we'll have Lewis and a special guest, a Blackfoot Indian.
How did you end up traveling with Charbonneau and Sacagawea?
Well, we accepted Charbonneau's offer to be an interpreter on our journey, but not much for his abilities, more for his wife, Sacagawea.
Sacagawea, what contributions did you make on this expedition?
I speak Shoshone as well as Hidatsa and a little French, but I know the landscape of the Louisiana Territory fairly well. I can read the rivers and the valleys, and I have a sense of what the landscapes say about the direction. I know how to find food and was able to negotiate with the Shoshone for some horses.
What effects do you think might happen due to this expedition?
I think it will open up trade and commerce between my people and the white men, and I think it will make this land a land of great peace and hope.
Lewis, what effects do you think might happen due to this expedition?
I think this expedition will open up westward expansion and new trade and opportunity for the United States.
I'm here with a female member from the Blackfeet tribe and her translator tonight. How did you guys encounter Lewis and Clark on their expedition?
She says that they tried to steal from Lewis and Clark.
And what was the result of this?
She says that 2 of her tribal members were shot.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
She says thank you.
You're welcome. And that finishes up our videos for the night. Thank you for everyone that was interviewed and giving us more details on the Lewis and Clark expedition. And thank you for listening. back to you in the
Thanks,
studio.
Josie. Our research here at the studio has led us to conclude that Americans and even the rest of the world have been introduced to new Native American tribes, plants, and animals. And thanks to William Clark's maps, we have a route to the Pacific and even names of new rivers and creeks. And as Sacagawea has mentioned earlier, indeed the fur trade and the lumber trade have increased, and the Americans are hoping that the Native American tribes will shift away their trading with the Spanish, French, English, and Russians to benefit the Americans' interest. That's all we have time for tonight here on CNN. Thank you for joining me. I'm Madeline White signing off.